You are my honey bunch.
Jessica lived in a small town in an old wooden house. The best part of her life was Berlin. Berlin, with his jet black fur and big brown eyes, seemed to say, "I'm here," every time she looked at him. He was much more than just a dog. He was Jessica's confidant, her friend, sometimes her brother, and sometimes her quietest supporter. They started every morning together. As Jessica put on her school bag, Berlin would wag his tail at the front door. He would walk Jessica to school every morning and wait at the corner. He wouldn't leave until Jessica returned from school. Come rain or shine, Berlin was always there. One day her teacher turned to Jessica and asked, "Does this dog wait for you every day?" Jessica smiled. "Yes, teacher, Berlin never breaks his promise. He is my most loyal friend." But life doesn't always go on so peacefully. One morning Jessica and her family said they were moving. A new city, a new school, a new life. Jessica's eyes filled with tears. They had to leave Berlin behind. "Mom, how will I live without Berlin?" Her mother took a deep breath. "Sweetie, we can't have a dog in our new home. There are rules." At that moment the house fell silent. Berlin came to Jessica's side and laid his head on her lap. It was as if he understood everything. That night, Jessica cried as she stroked Berlin's head. "I wish you could talk, Berlin. I'll never forget you, okay?" The next morning the family got into the car. Berlin saw them off to the front door. Jessica waved from the window, tears streaming down her face. Berlin ran after the car for a while. Then he stopped. He just stared. But the story doesn't end there. Because loyalty knows no distance. Days and weeks passed. The new city was not easy for Jessica. Every night before falling asleep she whispered the same thing. "Berlin, you haven't forgotten me, have you?" One morning after a rainy day, Jessica noticed something strange on her way home from school. There was a shadow in front of the door. A silhouette wagging its tail, wet and muddy. Jessica blinked, unable to believe it. Berlin? Berlin had walked for miles, following her scent all the way to Jessica. His fur was soaking wet, his paws were covered in wounds. But his eyes held the same love, the same loyalty. Jessica knelt down and hugged Berlin. In that moment the weight of the world lifted from her shoulders. "You found me. How did you find me, Berlin?" she cried. Berlin just quietly laid his head in Jessica's lap. It was as if he was saying, "No matter how long the distance, my heart never left you." After that day the family changed their decision. There was no leaving Berlin behind. He wasn't just a dog. He was a miracle. Jessica whispered, looking into Berlin's eyes. "You're not just a friend, Berlin. You are loyalty itself." Berlin, what about you? How would you feel if you learned that a friend walked miles to find you, never forgetting you? Could you love enough to deserve loyalty like Berlin's? Red Heart final thoughts. This story reminds us of a truth. Loyalty is given not with words but with the heart. Dogs don't speak, but they express their love with every action. Friends like Berlin only enter our lives once. And when they do, nothing is ever the same again. With every gust of wind, snowflakes swirled, blending the earth with the sky. A dog, named Rocky. He had been abandoned. The days once filled with laughter and play in his home had now turned into the silent scream of loneliness. Rocky thought for a moment. Why didn't they want me? There was no answer. Only snow, silence, and hunger. He had been walking for hours. His paws were frozen, his stomach growling and aching. But he still didn't give up. Maybe a door would open, maybe a hand would reach out, maybe. Just then he saw a warm light shining through the window of a house across the street. And behind that light, a baby. A little girl was smiling and tapping on the window. Rocky lifted his head and slowly wagged his tail. "I wonder if she can see me too," he thought. The baby, her name was Emma, called out excitedly to her mother. "Mommy, there's a dog outside. He's cold." Her mother approached the window and her heart sank when she saw the scene outside. But she was unsure. Who knows, maybe it was a stray dog, maybe it was dangerous. Emma started crying. Please, Mom, let's help him. Look how lonely he is. The mother paused for a moment. Then she slowly opened the door. Rocky was waiting at the doorstep, trembling. The mother bent down and said, "Calm down, okay?" At that moment, Rocky sniffed the woman's hand, then gently placed his head in her hand. He was allowed inside. That night, silence reigned in the house. Along with the warmth of the stove, hearts began to warm up too. While Emma was playing on the floor, Rocky lay down beside her. Emma smiled for the first time. At that moment, her mother realized. This was not just a dog. This was a miracle. Days passed. Rocky was now part of the family. Emma was growing up with him, finding peace in his warm fur. They ate breakfast together, slept together. But one day, when Rocky wanted to go outside and headed for the door, the mother said without meaning to, "I wish we had never found you. Emma doesn't want to be apart from you anymore." At that moment, Rocky's heart ached. Would he be abandoned again? Would he be alone again? So what do you think? Can a heart bear the same pain twice? Thought Balloon. But this time it was different. Emma ran to him and hugged him with her little arms. "Mom, Rocky is part of our family. If he leaves, I'll cry." Her mother's eyes filled with tears. She sat silently, thinking for a moment. Then she nodded her head. "Okay, he's one of us now." From that day on, Rocky was never alone again. As Emma grew, so did the bond between them. Rocky walked her to school every morning and waited for her return in the evening. When Emma was sick, Rocky never left her side for a second. Sometimes dogs are not just friends but hearts. And Rocky was just that. Years passed. One day, while looking at old photos with her mother, Emma found a small picture. Rocky was sitting in front of the door in the snow. "Mom," said Emma, "I'm glad we opened the door that night, right?" Her mother smiled, her throat tightening. "Yes, my dear, I'm glad we did. Otherwise, we would never have learned love in its purest form." And Emma leaned her head against Rocky's back and whispered, "You were my first friend, Rocky. And you always will be." So what do you think? What would have happened if Emma's mother hadn't opened the door that night? Can a door change a life, do you think? Thought Balloon. Share your thoughts in the comments. Because sometimes the greatest miracles begin with just one brave step. Paw prints.
Look what I got.